303,000 jobs added in the month of March.
Household employment was actually up almost 500,000. The unemployment rate fell.
Well, it's a good number, but is it too good for rate cuts, Bob Dahl?
We talked about the successes of the Biden administration recently, really focusing in on jobs. Well, when I was scrolling through clips on what I was going to cover today, I saw an interesting amount of right-wing cope on Fox News itself about the jobs report, of which you just love to see, where Fox News has to bite the bullet and talk about these things. So I'm going to take a few of my favorites and play them for you, and then we'll also go through some of the weaker talking points you always get when talking about jobs. If you want more of the exact numbers of the job reports, check out my Biden video from yesterday. We cover more of that in, and let's start with this clip today.
The household employment was actually up almost 500,000. The unemployment rate fell. The work week was stable. It looks really good right now. Certainly better than consensus expectations. Better than a lot of other data might suggest. The PMIs, for example, the purchasing manager surveys suggest there should be weakening employment. So at least for March, things look good. Even if we look at the private sector, job growth over 200,000. If I take out healthcare, still looking at private ex-healthcare of around 150. It's a good number, no question.
Well, it's a good number, but is it too good for rate cuts, Bob Dahl?
So yeah, we're getting jobs, but is it too good? Is it too many jobs? A question never posed by Fox News under Donald Trump. I can assure you of that. And I want to take these times to quickly point out a few things, debunk a few talking points you hear from these partisan hacks that will go to great lengths to denigrate even a solid jobs report, something that as an American you should be supportive of, but it's anything to make the other side look bad rather than conceding anything that could look good. And when you speak to these job reports, the common points you hear are, they're all government jobs, or it's all part-time jobs, or it's all immigrant employment. So we're going to go through each three of these, because if you look, healthcare was actually our highest sector of growth in March, outgrowing the government. So not true. But secondly, it's a moot point regardless. Republicans just want to pander to small government, which is just inefficient government. And they use that as an excuse to, again, knock out a stellar jobs report. It doesn't matter if they were all government jobs. They're still good paying jobs. That's what matters. Now, it's all part-time jobs. It's true that we are adding a lot of part-time jobs. This is the trend since the pandemic, as more people are working from home, working more relaxed hours, keeping their schedules open, and part-time jobs always make up a large bulk of any jobs report from the beginning of history. But looking at the numbers, again, very important context. I know it's the main antagonist of misinformation, but full-time employment currently is only 1% lower than the pre-pandemic numbers of full employment. 49.7% now compared to 50.6% then. And at times it's been equal or even was slightly higher at a point. This is, again, after having to recoup all the lost full-time employment under Trump, making this again another moot point. We have relatively the same amount of full-time employment. It would be higher if the people seeking those jobs weren't trying to rebound from their jobs they lost during the pandemic. And as you can see here, labor force participation has been declining for over 20 years. Declined during Trump as well, and actually rose slightly under Biden and currently sits around the pre-pandemic levels, while Biden has also added over or just under 800,000 manufacturing jobs, these representing mainly high-paying and full-time jobs, and the it's all immigrant jobs untrue as well. As you can see for the civilian labor force, it's grown Biden's entire administration and has sharply risen since the 2020 pandemic drop, where American-born workers are just more likely to be older and more likely to be retired. Do I need to say that again? Context. It's important. These are talking points. Talking points generally have really simple explanations if you do the smallest bit of research.
303,000 jobs added in the month of March. The expectation was 200,000. Revisions, February revised down by 5,000 to 270,000. Unemployment rate unexpectedly drops from 3.9%, which was a 2-year high, to 3.8%.
You have to love when Fox News is forced to share the facts and the truth, and it counters their own talking points that they spew nonstop. They're always yapping, wait till the revisions. The revisions will show the truth and the job numbers will be halved or much lower or non-existent. She just read one of those revisions and it dropped by 5,000 from 275,000 to 270,000. And guess what? Trump never once broke 200,000. So much for those revisions proving it all to be rubbish. Jobs are up, the stock market is up, wages are outpacing inflation, inflation is down, unemployment is down. These are the economic indicators that get you reelected. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that can interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together.